Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from the intermission. I am still Lars Newt. I'm still joined by Stage. We're still here in the Forbidden Temple, but we're not still in the Foundation League. We are now moving up to the Champ League. This is your C2, C3 range players, at least before the reset, because you know how everything has been ever since then. But we're moving on to the Shadow versus the Elite. Staged, what are your thoughts going to this matchup? Some background, some interesting little tidbits you may have to share with us.
My thoughts is that the Shadow, this is a super important game for them because they're second in their division. They are absolutely tied when it comes to the games won versus games lost. But they're at a -2 goal differential, which is preventing them from being out in front of their division. They're playoff contenders, but they have a lot of goals to make up. And so I think that this game, more than anything, they want to take these wins and they want to take them big. They want to have these wins just be the kind of thing where every single game they play a rigid defense and they just start pummeling the back of the net.
Absolutely. And like you said, they're at that -2 goal differential. For reference, the team currently in lead of their division with that playoff slot right now is at +13. So they need to pick up a whole bunch of goals. Obviously, if they can get more wins, that's going to be the decider, but we see how close it is right now. If I am the Shadow, I don't want to risk that. On the other side of the field, we have the Elite, currently first in their division and second overall in the league. So that's going to be a tough order. We're asking a lot of the Shadow, and we're asking it to do it against a very tough team. But we got a lot of unknowns in this matchup. On the side of the Shadow, we've got Bossa Nova and Salty Bikini. And on the side of the Elite, we've got Musaidin and Panda Amazing. Panda Amazing is the only player here that we know about from prior matchups. Musaidin was signed to the Elite off of, I forget whose, but someone's reserve team. And then Bossa Nova is a reserve, and Salty Bikini, also a recent pickup. So this could go anywhere. We've got high-caliber teams, but no background on any of the individual players.
I'm pretty sure Musaidin was signed from the Spectres as a reserve player. So that means that we still haven't seen them in action. But now that they're on a main roster, we're going to have to see what kind of action he can bring out in conjunction with Panda Amazing for the Elite. And
haven't seen them in action, but we're about to see them in action as we get the match going here on the field. I'm excited. I know we went into Foundation without knowing what's going to happen because by nature of Foundation, we're going into this not knowing what's going to happen by nature of all of these unknown players. I'm super excited, but I think we're actually going to need a server reset here, unfortunately, as we're still in test server mode. So I think if we go ahead and just drop to intermission real quick, we'll be right back after we solve our server issues. We're not going to go to intermission.
All
so,
right.
Stage, do you have any other insight or fun things you can share with us here?
The big thing is when you're dealing with two teams that don't have a established rapport, you're also dealing with not being able to scout them out, not knowing who you're playing against. So even if you would usually just pick your players based on the schedule or based on your A squad, there's still a little bit of scouting, there's still a little bit of preparation, a little bit of understanding what you're up against that's important in any kind of competitive game. And
the other side of that, too, you mentioned not being able to scout the other team, not being able to scout each other. You don't have an established rapport, but you also don't have an established rapport between these players. There is a chance they spend a lot of time playing in their personal time together, but it's honestly, I'm not going to say it's super likely. So we're coming in with not only teams that haven't had a good look at each other, but they also haven't had a good look at their teammates. So it'll be really interesting to see how much they've played this week coming into this one, how much chemistry they've established, and how well that carries through this series, and if we see a big development in chemistry through this series.
All right, so I think the big thing that we do want to see here is it's going to feel a little bit like a pub in a way, where you have to develop your chemistry with the people that you're playing with in a very short amount of time. So I'm really excited for that, and I can't wait to see where this goes.
The good news there is Champ League, you're getting up there in rank, and by the time you hit Champ League, you have established the ability to make those adaptations quickly. You generally, and I know it's not true across the board, but generally you don't get to that level without being able to read those players as you come in through your solo queue or whatever. I would imagine most players do not play exclusively with a teammate all the way through.
Good kickoff for the Elite, already starting up. Musaidin rotating back, Panda Amazing doing the same, giving a lot of space. but that is just going to be a pretty decent opportunity pitched away by the Shadow. Bossa Nova moving forward, chasing the ball forward, and Amazing off the wall, letting that come out a little bit low. A line drive towards net. The Elite able to stop that immediately. Elite bunching up a little bit, but starting to feel out their rotations with each other. The demo and a great save from the Shadow. Panda getting the 50, not able to follow this one up, trying to chase down the boost. Moe's looking for a clear off the sidewall. 50-50 out. Salty Bikini for the Shadow. Looking for the inbound. Ground pinch, not quite there, but a clumsy play anyways. Panda Amazing barely tipping it away. Moe's with the scoring opportunity.
So far, some quick back and forth here. We haven't seen much pressure consistently out of either team, and we haven't seen a really good look on the net yet. No one's had like a crazy good opportunity that's required some incredible save. But here, that one's going to be a demo to open up the net. Is there going to be a Shadow player to finish? Good touch to the top, looking for the double, doesn't quite get it. But like I was saying, not a lot of really great looks. That was a good opportunity, but this one's coming back the other way.
Oh no, the post is the best goalkeeper, and the Elite robbed of an opportunity. They're taking it back now. No robbery allowed. The Elite go up 1-0 off of this good cut from Moe's.
That is a great turn, making that play out of the corner, and that's something you see a fair amount around this level, and it's a good high-level play where you rip one into the corner. It's going to bounce out a little bit deeper towards the half field and towards the center, and if you have a teammate waiting, currently lurking in that kind of half field area, where they should be if they're playing an effective twos rotation, they're going to be in a really good position to take advantage of that, as the defense will be back up near their back wall.
I'm already loving the way that the Elite are playing with their comms. We saw a fantastic set of patience both times here, as Panda Amazing being the first one to go in towards the ball and cutting that inbound. Another goal for the Elite.
That's just, again, we see that quick turn. Bossa Nova here getting that 50 with Panda Amazing to keep it clear, but doesn't get it far enough clear of the net, leaving Salty Bikini scrambling back on defense, trying to interrupt that shot, but not quite. And this, honestly, is a bad start for the Shadow, who need so critically to have large positive goal differentials through this series.
Bossa Nova trying to flick up over top of the defender, not getting it on target. A great infield pass, and Salty Bikini with the double. Clip that, in my opinion. Wow.
That is a brilliant heads-up play out of the Shadow. Bossa Nova, a really clean back pass, baiting that defender out, getting that area clear to follow up, and then Salty Bikini doing an excellent job getting up for that double and tucking it away in that nice upper right corner. It's just really nice to see.
Bossa Nova trying to harass the defender. Panda Amazing reading that, coming out early and being aggressive. Salty Bikini gets it around Panda, but saved by Poseidon, and starting the aggression for the Elite once more. Broken up immediately. Bossa Nova getting beat on the wall. The air dribble coming forward. Demolition is there. Nobody on the Elite able to wrap around for this one yet. Centered by Moe's. Panda looks for it. Instead, just playing good and shadowy. Bossa Nova out to his teammate. Oh no! A mispass. Bossa Nova barely beats the corner before the Elite can get any offense out. Still in front of their net. This is very dangerous for Shadow. Shadow faking over top. Panda reading it and playing it slow enough. Getting beat on the 50, though. Dunked by Bossa Nova. Bossa with the shot. Comes out very, very soft. And Moe's will dunk that away. One more opportunity. Bossa goes off the crossbar. Oh, no. Poseidon now goes up the wall. Stolen away. Great defense by the Shadow, but nobody there to pick up the pass. Panda trying to solo play. He's out past one. He's got the opportunity. Ball is high. He's up. He's chasing this one in. Corkscrewing all over, and Salty Bikini reads it and saves it last second.
This is really anybody's matchup. The Shadow have struggled a little bit getting the ball clear. Elite doing a great job managing that midfield, keeping pressure on, but then as soon as they get it clear and they get it down, the Shadow return the favor, getting good pressure up on their net. Also out of the Shadow, we saw, like you mentioned earlier, good patience, good awareness, sending one person to challenge and keeping one person home on defense, and that one's going to threaten the net as well. But Salty, good read off the backboard to quickly turn this one back into an offensive opportunity.
Panda Amazing, being the only known entity on the pitch here, is doing a monstrous job in being aggressive towards the ball. Shadow getting 2 shots ripped on target, but barely off the bar both times. Salty
Seeing
looking to
a
move in
very
once
even
more.
showing here of both the teams getting good pressure down on the net like we keep asking for. We've got 8 shots so far out of the Elite, out of the Shadow, and now 10 to give that 2-goal lead for the Elite.
Panda just setting the pace of this game as we start closing it down. Elite with the 2-goal differential stand to get the first game, and this is not the goal differential that we want to see from the Shadow if they want to make playoffs for their division. Salty flying across, getting a grazing touch on the ball, but enough to get it away. Panda stolen. This could be an opportunity for the Shadow as it comes off the backboard. The 50 in the air, tackled and stolen away by Salty, but Panda is there to read it, puts it downfield. He's going to redirect in. Mo's actually stalling the ball. They're playing for time and not the goal.
That's an interesting read there. I'm not sure that was intentional because that goal would have been really nice to have for the Elite there, as Shadow making a little bit of a misread on that transition, and they just got lucky. They got away with murder, that they're not getting punished there for that misread. But the Elite take game 1 3-1, but not in excessively dominant fashion. Both teams did a really good job getting a good solid defensive rotation, doing a good job containing in the offensive zone, getting good pressure on the net. Look at this, the Shadow forced to make 6 saves just to hold on there as the Elite put 10 shots on net. But going back the other way, it's not the big differentials we saw between the Jets and the Ducks in the last series, where we had the Jets putting up huge numbers for shots. The Shadow only 2 shots behind. They just needed to do a better job getting good looks and getting it actually past the defense instead of just blindly throwing it upfield.
That's absolutely right. Shadow, if they were able to get a little bit more chase on the ball, if they were able to get a little bit more control in towards the midfield, and really just finding some of the ripping clears from their own backfield, we've seen the Elite just coming off of both walls, getting shot after shot. And it is so incredibly difficult and heartbreaking for the Shadow, really.
Yeah, they didn't play a bad game. This is not coming down to they need to do everything better. There are a couple places they can get some advantage over the Elite here. We saw them effectively use the back wall to open up the defense. I want to see some more of that. Force the Elite out of position on defense. And then the other place they can get offensive opportunities is in transition. If you can make quick transitions, the Elite do a really good job challenging at midfield, but it requires both players upfield to have that level of control. Make good, quick transitions, force the Elite on the back foot and scrambling, and then take advantage of it.
Shadow getting a good start here, but Panda in position, chasing this ball down, gets the dunk as well in transition. Bossa Nova demoing to try and buy a little bit of space, but that save coming in on the goal line last moment. Bossa Nova coming out, racing Panda to the ball, and that could be a beat for the Shadow. They have to slow it down a little bit. Bossa Nova gets control, not flicking it past. Once more, Panda not able to make it over, and what a shot to lob in from Salty.
I don't think that was really intended to be a shot. Salty just did a really good job. And you can even see there where I believe it was Musaiden actually got a touch on that read to try to keep it away. But the Shadow did a really good job containing down in the Elite's end. And then Panda Amazing just misread the touch off the wall and couldn't make the save.
Salty going in for the double. What a cut!
I look away for a split second to check stats, and here we are. Salty off the faceoff, good read up, and then slams it when home off the crossbar. That's just a good, clean faceoff goal. If you're the Elite, don't let that get you down. It's a faceoff goal. It happens. Everybody's out of position. Reset, come back at it with the gameplay you know you can play.
I think for Salty, though, that's the kind of thing that you've got to celebrate a little bit, just because of the fact it is very, very quick and efficient. It's not the cleanest goal in terms of it just going in without touching anything. But again, you can't let the Elite have it get you down, and we're going to be seeing them starting to move out of their own backfield. Panda playing this so incredibly patient. Tries to set it infield. The Shadow getting one more on target. Completely different game from last game.
Absolutely. This is what we needed to see out of the Shadow. We need them to win, and we need them to win big. And here, 5 seconds past a minute into this game, they've got 3 already. That one, I think, has the Elite scrambling a little bit. And we've seen this happen before. When a team comes in dominant and then starts to get scored on, starts to face pressure, they tend to fall apart a little bit. Right there, I believe that shot was savable. The Elite just couldn't decide who was actually going to make the save. We saw them both hesitate, and it goes in. And then here, looking for a flip reset double touch, ends up with both players upfield, and the Shadow able to just drive this one home off a nice little touch from Bossa Nova.
That's really a heartbreaker for the Elite. They thought they had the entire world at their fingertips. And they thought they had the double touch, the team play there, and suddenly the counterattack comes in, and your goal's wide open. One more moving in towards the Shadow goal this time. Getting tipped out in the midfield. Salty is up for it. One more on target. The goal differential is monstrous. We're 5 minutes in. Or, I'm sorry, 5 goals in, and it's only a minute 30 in.
This is staged. What happened to the Elite here? Or is it just the Shadow teeing off? They've hit their stride. They're ready to come out and play and show some dominance here. But for anyone keeping track at home, after these last 2 games, this moves the Shadow goal differential to the positive, now to +2. The quick face-off goal, Bossa Nova over the top.
What is this? I don't even know what I'm watching anymore. Bossa Nova off the kickoff, cheating forward and booming this one right on the bullseye.
This, I mentioned earlier, you can't let kickoff goals get you down if they're an isolated incident. I mean, you still can't let them get you down because you need to keep a positive attitude as you play the game. But if it continues to happen like it is with the Shadow, you need to make a change. Now it's not just an isolated incident. Now it's a trend. But that's a bad touch out of Salty Bikini, dropping it right down in front. And that could be a momentum killer for the Shadow.
Elite's starting to close the gap a little bit. There's a long way to go. Lars, you always talk about when you're playing against a strong team, you have to run the score up and get a big differential. And we've seen the Shadow do it. My next question is, can they hold it?
That's a good question, and I'm not entirely sure if they keep up what they've been doing here, yes, but we've seen the Elite score goals fast, and when I say that, I mean you want to have that big differential with 60 seconds, 90 seconds to go. Here we've got 3 minutes. That's a lot of time to score 5 goals.
Panda off the rear of the car, tipping that inbound. Not quite able to get Mose in position for this. Salty Bikini slow playing it. He's out of boost. Chips inward. Bossa Nova is there. Kills the momentum. Tries to go over top with the air dribble. And blocked by Panda. Panda now in a one-on-one situation. Cuts it inward. There's the goal on the top shelf.
That's a very nice play out of Panda, and it's nothing fancy. You don't need some crazy mechanical play. They did a good job. Roll it forward, bait out the defense, and then just one simple touch to get it past. I know we mention mechanics a lot when we talk about this game, but a lot of people think when I say mechanics, I'm talking about ceiling shots and air dribbles and flip resets and huge flicks. What I really mean with mechanics is just consistent gameplay, consistent aerials, consistent recoveries, and good control on the ground. And that's exactly what we see there out of Panda Amazing to score that goal there.
Bossa Nova up the sidewall, sending this infield off the crossbar. Salty giving a lot of time, a lot of respect. Panda trying to look for that demo. Sorry, not Panda. That was Mosidon. Panda in the net. And a little bit of a mistouch here, a misrecovery from Bossa Nova. Puts the 2-on-1 situation. Great patience by Salty Bikini, not eating the fake once again. Salty going out, playing Outrider, trying to disrupt the play. Bossa takes it away from the net. Panda there to put it back into the Shadow side once more. It's like the dark side of the court. Elite now back on defense. The cross in towards center, bouncing off the crossbar. A heartbreaker for the Shadow. Salty Bikini ripping one more towards the net. Great save by Panda.
Speaking of great saves by Panda, that is Panda's 5th, just all over the field, desperately trying to keep this game within reach. But as the clock ticks down now, I just said that's a huge dunk out of Musaid. We'll cut back to that one. Musaid, what a dunk, what a read to see that clear coming and put that one in the net.
You talk about mechanics, that is exactly what you need to see. Just the car control coming off the wall, understanding where that collision can happen, and having your car right there at the right time.
Well, I was
Salty.
just about to say, I asked to have that lead with a minute to go, and there it is. Salty Bikini able to tuck this one back into that corner, just beat the Elite to that ball. Musaiden in an awkward spot. I think trying to just take control and drive it across, but the Shadow so quick to punish. Good job getting out there to extend that lead back out, which is what I was saying. I asked for that lead to be with a minute 30 to go, and here we see it for the Shadow. They managed to hold on throughout the mid-game there, and now they're in an excellent spot to beat this Elite team.
Shadows still need a lot of goals to start making their goal differential more formidable. And Panda Amazing dribbling this one infield. He's gonna close that one up just a little bit more, and suddenly that healthy goal differential is closing with just under a minute to go.
Again, we see Panda Amazing. Just good, consistent control on the ground. Did a good job getting that past both Shadow players. And just like you said, they're closing in a little bit more. 3 goals, 52 seconds. Very doable for the Elite.
The Elite is never out of this game. They are so incredibly consistent. Trying to dish that one off in front of the net. Shadow grouped up on the left side, trying to start their own offense, bring this one back in, off the side wall. Salty out of the play now. Bossa Nova has to stall. And that means that the backfield is completely open. One more for the Elite, and this is looking like a brutal comeback possibility.
Unfortunately, kind of saw that one coming out of Bossa Nova, touching it that aggressively out to the wall. Great, it buys a second, but then also is going to center that ball right back up. And the Elite doing a good job recognizing what's happening, being patient, and just waiting for that to come back center and take their shot.
Oh, this could be opportunity for the Shadow now. Nobody is home. They're going to get the long ball. Bossa Nova flying in off that kickoff.
This game has been an absolute track meet, just back and forth. We have 13 goals between the two teams, and it's great. We asked the Shadow to put up big numbers on the offensive end. Unfortunately, this still leaves them only at +1 for the goal differential so far over what they were at the start of this series, and we need to see more. Excuse me, actually it leaves them at -1 now that I think about it after game 1 here. 8 goals isn't enough if you're going to let the other team score.
Shadow barely saving that goal. One more possibility. Bossa Nova off to the races, getting broken up just a little bit. The redirect inbound not going to come out, and this one may touch. Are we going to see the dish instead? Still playing keepy-uppy, the Elite finally letting this one drop. We are 1-1 in the series.
That is quite the comeback for the Shadow. They did such an awesome job turning this one around and getting this advantage back on the Elite. And they're going to carry huge momentum forward. And I apologize for the dogs you hear in the background. So while I deal with that, we can go ahead and switch to a match highlight here. Salty Bikini with that double touch that really opened up the Shadow offense. It was kind of tentative going forward, but off that double touch, they just kind of ran away with it, at least for a while, until the Elite settled down and started their comeback.
We also have a second highlight as well. But off of that first one, I think that it was just absolutely insane. The real start of the momentum for the Shadow was that particular goal.
Absolutely. But then we saw the Elite get their own momentum late in the game. Too late to make the full comeback, but Musaiden making it 6-3 late in the game to try to claw back, and man, did they get close. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at this one? Or I misread and oversold. But here we are. We've got our highlight. Musaiden getting a quick turn here to take advantage. That's such an incredible dunk out of the Elite. And if they can keep that up, then they have an advantage here going forward. But the Shadow, they need to get better on the defensive end. It's awesome. They got those 8 goals. That's what they need to take advantage in the division. But it's not going to do them any good if they're going to let the Elite run up the goals on their own end.
So we are in a new game, a game 3. It's basically turned into a best of 3 in respect to who's going to take the match. And we've got to see, have the Elite reset after that game 2, or are we still going to see that Shadow momentum moving out? Shadow playing a good job in the midfield, keeping this contested. Bossa Nova getting the shot from midfield. That will open the floodgates with a splash.
Staged, you keep doing it to me, man. Bossa Nova, just a good read off the wall and able to put that one far side. Again, we see the Elite a little scrambled on defense. They're leaving a lot of open field in front of the net. They need to do a better job of having one player out challenging and the other player constantly cycling back in front of the net to keep that net protected.
What was that defensive pinch? I just saw both the players on the Elite scramble backwards to get the pinch and clear that one downfield. Great save from Panda Amazing as well. And Bossa Nova coming out, almost getting the shot. But Salty Bikini trying to cross it across his own net, gets it away scot-free. The Elite still have their opportunity.
Something I'm noticing here out of the Elite is they're giving the Shadow a good amount of space, and it's going the other way as well, but the Shadow have done a more effective job of taking advantage of that space. I think the Elite need to start to get up in the Shadow's face, stop leaving so much space, because we know that this team is capable of putting up big numbers when they're given the field to play with.
Absolutely. Shadow's starting to get the dribble here, but stolen away by Panda. Panda still has a lot of that space, using it instead to feign inwards a little bit of whirligig action as he steals the boost and moves away. Now the contest by Mose. This is going to go midfield. Panda's already launched off the corner, not getting the read for the second touch. Salty has the breakaway, but no boost. Ball's going to the corner. This is time for the Elite to get back into position. Mose on the side, the booming clear from Panda. And Shadow taking possession in their own territory. Bossa Nova could have given this one away. No, he keeps up with the ball. He's out of boost, playing very, very aggressive, but Panda punishing that with a breakaway goal.
That is quite the turn for Panda Amazing. First, getting control, and again, just simple, easy play, but then kind of awkwardly sort of getting a demo there on the Salty Bikini coming back across. I'm not exactly sure how that one happened. But either way, that one was going home, demo or no demo. But we see the Elite doubling up or doubling up on backing off. Again, they need to sort out some of these positional issues to get a better advantage and control the field just a little bit better. That's a good pass upfield, and what a read to get that one on the net, but it's going to go off the post. Can they get back in time? Yes, Salty Bikini finishes it out.
Yeah, both those last goals were cases of being slightly boost over ball. Now, that last one was a lot harder to save because it's on the goal line. There's not much of a reaction that you can make to it, but just the slight out positioning from both teams on both shots is really turning this into a slobber knocker, a kickoff goal. The cheat forward by Poseidon pummels that and meets the back of the net.
Just a well-executed kickoff goal. Easy, kill it in the center, have a player following, and as the other team goes for boost, which is generally my preferred kickoff, is to go for boost off kickoff. But if your teammate can't prevent that kill in the middle, then you're in a very, very tough spot. Any power at all is going to tuck that one away before you can get back to the net.
Poseidon a bit out of the play, boosting to recover. That leaves Panda Amazing in a bit of a rough spot. Mose waiting from the corner. He's going to lose the challenge. Ball crossing the net. Panda picks this one up, but Salty Bikini sends it back for the top shelf from the midfield.
That's a great turn out of Salty Bikini, seeing the opportunity develop and then just an accurate pick. Top right corner that's so difficult to get back up and save. Not for lack of effort from the Elite, but just not quick enough to beat the ball to the net.
One of the things I love to see out of champ gameplay, one of the things that we see more as teams get better, is holding that momentum and getting the turn onto the ball earlier, not just waiting in position, but having the spot there already. Panda chips it over for the equalizer. Bossa Nova just not quite in position to block.
Kind of what you were talking about, being quick to make those turns and take advantage of opportunities. I'm not sure. I think Bossa Nova out of boost because that ball didn't have a lot of power, but it was more than enough to get that one home and give this one back again, tied up. We keep seeing the Shadow go up and the Elite equalizing right away.
Oh, almost repeating the pattern. Bossa Nova just short on the ball. The Elite now trying to take their lead for, I think, the first time in this game. Shadow playing defense, gets it out of their own corner. Salty Bikini going to have the control in his own corner with the dribble. Jukes it around to the side. Panda knocks it away. Bossa Nova shadowing. And stops that, keeps it on the side of the Elite. Mose launches first, gets up to it. And Salty just killing the ball's momentum, but they're dealing with a ball deep in their own side. Shadow has to find the defense, has to find the clear, and that's not where it is. Ball's trickling in front of their own net, so clumsy. But Panda just playing easy with it, playing soft, passes it out to Mose, and Mose running it to the side of the field to let Panda pick this one up and reset the play.
We're seeing this develop into a bit of a slugfest here, where it started with a lot of quick goals, a lot of quick opportunities. Speaking of opportunities, that's a great, beautiful touch to put it back center, and Bossa Nova, excellent read to follow it up.
All right, Lars, I think this is just a rule of thumb. If I want to see more goals, I need to just start letting you talk more, because as soon as you start a concept, there is just another boomer of a shot.
I do want to just hit back on that cut back. That negative angle to put it back in front of the net was a thing of beauty. Mwah, chef's kiss. Love it. You love to see it, and it did an excellent job drawing the Elite out of the net and getting the open net. Easy finish for Bossa Nova to finish it off.
Salty playing control, trying to sneak that around Panda. Panda in position, has the ball moving up his own left side, will be coming down off the wall. Tried to get a booming pass across center, but coming up with a little bit of a momentum kill instead. Mose with the 50, goes high into the ceiling. Salty reads it, he's out of boost, he doesn't care. Just letting Bossa Nova go up, try and put on another shot. And cleared away, down to seconds. Elite have one more opportunity. Will they take it? A pop from Panda and saved by Bossa Nova. That's the game.
That was so close to seeing that 0-second goal to force the overtime. I thought for sure we were going to see a pass come out of that, and we were going to get an exciting overtime here in Game 3. But with that, the Shadow take Game 3 and give themselves the 2-1 lead in the series. And it's still anybody's game. It's gotten so much more even than it was before. You know, first we saw the Elite with a pretty solid win, but it was very much so back and forth. The Shadow start to run away with it in Game 2, but then the Elite claw their way back. And now here, the Shadow score, the Elite score. The Shadow score, the Elite score. And the timing just happened to end up that it leaves the Shadow up 1 at the end of the match here.
I think this is also part of the indication of how the Shadows League has been going so far, with them at that negative goal differential, but ahead in games. It means that this is a team that wins by small margins, but they win no less. And when they lose, it's a bit of a blowout. You reset from that and you come back and you eke out another win.
To their credit, though, they have yet to be blown out here. They've only lost the one game, and they only lost it by 2 goals, which obviously doesn't help their goal differential, especially as they're failing to get big wins here. But you're absolutely right. It's a margin team, and that's not a negative thing necessarily, but yeah, they win reasonably consistently. They're very well up in the season so far. They just need to find a way to start to crack out and stop scraping by and start dominating.
And let's see if they make that happen here in Game 4. This is the series on the line. The Elite need to take 2 consecutive games, or else the series will go the way of the Shadow. A bit of an upset in that respect. Salty Bikini dribbling it infield, looking to move it out to his teammate, instead just crossing it all the way over and letting the ball go. Panda has the air dribble, has the space, has the flip reset. He butchers that one in.
I have no words. Panda amazing. What a play. That's a good, clean flip reset and nice and low to the ground, really baiting that one out, forcing Bossa Nova to make a play, forcing them to come out and make a challenge, and finally be able to get that last second flip to keep it off the ground and get the first goal for the Elite. The Elite, this is, I think, the first time they've led since Game 1.
I think you're correct on that. And oh no, the Shadow just having some mechanical falling apart. The feels backflip and the space is there for Mosidon to drill another goal.
My heart can't handle this, guys. We can't have another huge swing, threatening comebacks, things like that. Elite, if you're gonna win, please, for my sake, so I don't have a heart attack, just do it in dominant fashion. On the flip side, Shadow, You need big points here. You have to shut this down right now. No more goals for the Elite and start scoring big yourselves.
Salty trying to do that, getting out of his own territory, but instead, coming out a little bit clumsy. Bossa Nova gets the clear out. Poseidon is there. Poseidon's going to move this up his own wall. Oh no. Way out of position. Huge whiff. Panda has to come away with this one. Salty flying in, beats him to it. They need one more touch to get this in towards center. The fake out and the first goal from the Shadow in Game 4.
Coming off the back of that fake, who may or may not have been a fake. I think honestly what Salty was looking for was trying to play the hit upfield, dunk it back down, but Poseidon looking for the same thing, trying to play the hit on net, leaves both players sailing past. And, excuse me, Bossa Nova able to finish this one off to bring this back within one. It's exactly what we needed out of the Shadow. Shut down the Elite offense, start scoring yourselves.
A little clumping from the Shadow. They're all staying together. But Salty moving this one aggressively. Good save by Panda. And now the breakaway for the Elite. Oh no, it's off target. The opportunity is gone, but the Elite can still hold the pressure. The demolition now. Bossa Nova on offense. One to beat. He's going to put this away.
That is a well-positioned Bossa Nova doing to Panda Amazing what we saw, doing to Poseidon what we saw Panda Amazing do earlier. The good, easy, simple touches on the ground to get it past, but then well-positioned to get that final dunk into the net, tie this one back up, 3:20 to go.
Lars, that is my move in ones from years ago. I'm glad to see it is just as effective as when I used to play. Bossa Nova here coming out on the right side. Getting beat by Mose. Mose drilling it downfield. Panda has the opportunity. Starts this up off the crossbar. Bar down. And oh no. You've drawn the defense out, but there's no opportunity for the rest of the goal.
That's so unfortunate to see both. Really all of the players out of position, so no one can really do anything with it. There was a great opportunity for the Elite as both Shadow player out of position to make the save, but then there's no one there because the Elite out of position, but not out of position on that one. That's a great pick into the corner to give the Elite the lead back.
What a dunk by Panda Amazing, just right here, taking all of the momentum away from the clear and drilling it towards the net. Here on kickoff. A little bit of advantage by the Shadow. Both teams cheating up. Poseidon taking the offense right out of the ball. And we're going to see Shadow coming off their own corner, try to drill that downfield. Poseidon is in waiting. And a lot of pop just trying to buy time for the Elite. But all that means is that the Shadow are going to get the opportunity to get their boost, get into position, and play defense once more. Salty keeping it away from the goal, puts it back in the corner, starts moving it out slowly. Challenge from Panda Amazing is good. Salty getting dunked by Poseidon, and Mose with the full boost coming in hot. Playing a little bit of corner ball, and I think the Elite are going to give up the pressure. No, Mose still turning in, trying to hold that pressure.
Something I want to mention here is so much of this game is about balance. Excuse me. Like balancing how much you raise your voice so you can protect your throat. So much of this game is about balance, and the Elite did a really good job just there, keeping the ball down in the Shadow end, but they didn't do a good job of pacing it. They spent a lot of time giving them time to get boosted. Bossa Nova, what a touch to get that one back on the net.
What was that shot? Talk about balance. That was balancing the ball on the tip of his car, just barely to redirect that into the corner.
That's so clean. Remember, this is an MLE official broadcast. If you like what you see, clip it, send it in for Play of the Week. MLE at MLE Sports GG on Twitter, #POTW, or in the Discord. The winner of Play of the Week gets a free case of Balls Guarana, which we will come back to later. So, if you like what you see, like that absolutely dirty little touch out of Bossa Nova, make sure you clip it.
Oh, Poseidon coming in to follow up on the setup from Panda. Coming off the backboard, look at this, and Mose perfectly in position, clears the defender away.
I don't have a whole lot to say. It's just it's a well-played setup out of the Elite to bring themselves back the lead. And now We're threatening what we had before. That's a brilliant save out of Panda Amazing. But they're threatening what we had before with the Elite. As I'm saying it, it's happening. As I'm saying it, it's happening.
I can't believe this, Lars.
Elite score, shadow score. Elite score, shadow score. The question's going to be, are we going to come like we had in the last one with it just happens to fall with the shadow and the lead? Is it going to happen to fall with the Elite and the lead?
Well, this time we've had the Elite going up almost every single time off the scores. So are we going to see an overtime, or are we going to see the Elite come ahead, or will the pattern be broken? Shadow deep in their own side. They've got to get this clear moving. Panda stalls it. Oh no, that's the opportunity in goal bound. But Panda picks up the save and is starting to move that downfield. Panda has the air dribble and it's in for the Elite.
Good car control out of Panda Amazing. That air dribble all the way down the field, playing out of their own corner and able to put it in the opposite corner. A little bit of ghost touch there on the side of the shadow. Unfortunate. That was definitely a savable ball. They just weren't well positioned, as Panda Amazing does a good job finding the absolute extreme of the net to put that one home.
Shadow with 20 seconds remaining, need to find one more goal to bring this to overtime. The Elite not gonna make it easy. Panda flicks this in towards net. Mosidon killing it a little bit on the back wall. Bossa Nova, one more opportunity, stolen away. Salty Bikini trying to take this one up, beaten by Panda Amazing. Bossa Nova infield, that's not touchdown yet. There's still the opportunity, and this will be one more Elite goal to widen the gap.
They broke the pattern, but only in the way that doesn't help the shadow. Staged.
We've still got a series, Lars.
Absolutely. Do you remember what I said? Before the series, we were sitting here talking about stats, what we have for these teams. They're so even coming into this. I said, hopefully we get to see a Game 5 decider, and here we are. Shadow, 2 wins. Elite, 2 wins. We're at Game 5. We were going to play all 5 games regardless, but now we're at Game 5 to decide the win in this series. But I do want to talk about real quick. The Elite showing off some Elite car control. Panda Amazing flip reset to give them that first lead.
Take a look at this. Panda Amazing flying, and he gets that flip reset, just chucks that into the net, making it look effortless. That was really the momentum shift that we wanted to see. The Elite coming out like crazy and moving ahead of the Shadow.
So, speaking of moving ahead, as we move into Game 5 for the decider here, what do you think? Either of these teams, they've played such an even game. They've done such a good job all over the field. What do you think they need to gain the advantage in Game 5? Because so far, it is absolutely anybody's series. We haven't really seen a dominant victory. Even in that Game 2 track meet, it was still very back and forth. The Elite almost pulling the comeback out of that one and keeping that goal differential relatively close.
Lars,
I want to know, how do you win?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that this series is in the Elite's hands. I think it is theirs to win or lose. It's going to come down to how the rotations play out and how open to counterattack they leave themselves. A lot of the Shadow's goals come off of counterattacks or continuations of basically overextensions. So if they play a little bit more solid, get their rotations a little bit cleaner, then I think the Elite are going to take this. But if you start having the Shadow getting onto your end just like this, it could turn into another blowout. Salty Bikini opens the floodgates.
That is a bold prediction from Staged, especially as Salty Bikini. That's just a really clean touch to put that one under. Seeing that challenge coming, seeing that Elite player already up in the air looking for that chip shot, playing it down along the ground, doing a good job of not bouncing it, and then just a quick, easy follow-up. Good, quick recovery to give them the lead less than 30 seconds into Game 5.
Shadow with the inbound pass, saved by Panda. And this time, Panda playing it slow, playing it a little bit confusing with the circles around, trying to get it around the defender. Bossa Nova getting it off the back wall, running out the goal ramp, and what an amazing save by Panda Amazing.
Great job of the Elite. They are absolutely... They're struggling a little bit. They got to get the ball clear. They need to get this out. It's a great save out of Panda Amazing. Shows some good defensive prowess. But if they let the Shadow keep taking shots like this, then it's going to end up inevitably in a Shadow goal. But here's the counterattack out of the Elite, but they can't seem to get it past the midfield.
really need to get their momentum started. We've got it here. Poseidon taking the low road on the corner ball. Panda getting the inbound off the wall. That redirect from Mose is saved, but the pressure is still coming out from Panda. Salty Bikini has to pop it up into the corner, get it nice and safe. A little more corner ball popped over top of the backboard, and that's going to be a finally good clear for Shadow.
Coming a little bit quicker than the Elite managed to clear their end, and it comes off the back of Panda Amazing, making a little bit of mistouch, and there's a pressure out of Salty Bikini. The Shadow are just relentless, continuing the assault on the net, getting a little robbed on the shot count here. So far, 2 shots to each team.
Trying to get that counter attack. We've got Panda Amazing moving down his side, taken away by Salty Bikini. Salty Bikini in the last game, 1 goal ahead, stolen away by Poseidon. Bossa Nova takes control in his backfield. Will there be any counterattack for the Shadow? The booming clear. Panda Amazing crossing his own net, buying time, stalling out right in his net. Big chip off the backboard, a bit of a mistouch. This could be the opportunity. The shot from Salty puts it away.
Excuse me. And now we see Panda Amazing making a little bit of a mistouch again, forcing Poseidon to react, forcing them to get up and make that save, that initial save, but unfortunately leaving both elite players out of the net. And Salty Bikini, at that point, is an easy follow-up shot. Boy, that was an interesting fake kickoff. What was that?
I think that was a little bit closer to the Spanish kickoff. Have you heard of that one? It's usually a threes move.
I have not, but that was... I've never seen that before. That was interesting, but I love to see something new as here. Salty Bikini's got the counterattack, and it looks like the Shadow are kind of in a dominant position in Game 5. Elite need a big shakeup here to try to get something going on offense.
And Amazing racing in, trying to get the corner ball started. Instead, Salty Bikini coming out, firing all the way downfield to try and pin this into the Elite side. With a 2-goal advantage, the Shadow have so much room to operate. And I think that as long as they don't just give up a goal, they're free to play any style they want right now.
But we go back, we saw the Elite make a comeback, almost make a comeback on a 5-goal lead. 2 goals can go away so quick, but they're just going to continue to extend it out. There's that 3-0 approaching that minute and a half mark I asked for.
If this style of game, if this pace can be kept up by the Shadow, this is exactly the Game 5 that they need. Just pushing the limit, pushing the goal differential, not only taking the game, taking the series, but starting to take back some of the huge differential they need to make up to start being competitive for playoffs in their division. Here we see Panda Amazing trying to chip this one inbound, getting the first goal for the Elite, possibly. Poseidon, unfortunate control as Bossa Nova goes over top, gets the dunk, and widens the gap a little bit more.
This is exactly, unfortunately, it's a little late in the series, but this is exactly what the Shadow have needed all series. These big, high goal differential wins, so far holding the Elite to 0 goals. That's incredible. This Elite team is good. There's no other way to say it. It's a really good team. The fact that here, with a minute 10 to go, they're widening this gap. Now 4-0 and continuing the attack on the Elite net. Averaging 15 seconds a goal. Elite need to get going now to take this one back.
They start to get it. That air dribble bump is going to open the gate for Panda Amazing to break the ice, make a statement, and put away their first goal of Game 5.
I got a little bit of the magic off of Fallen here, a little bit of omniscience in the predictor here as they get the goal right as it's asked for. I think now here, Elite, quick kickoff goal, bring this within 2, and this is very, very doable.
Ball's up in the corner. That makes the kickoff goal a little bit harder, but the angle for Mose may be able to put it away. This man is Nostradamus, everybody. Lars Newt. Ask him for the lottery numbers after the game.
I would give them to you, but I could use a couple dollars. Here we see the Elite making the comeback. I'm going to keep on my streak. I'm going to predict this one for the Shadow. I think the Elite are going to put up a heck of a comeback effort here, but the Shadow are going to walk away. 40 seconds. Elite threatening the net again. That's a big demo, but it's just outside of the net, and that one's back in front of it. Shadow just need to kill clock and keep this one safe, but the Elite are finally alive in this game 5 here and putting pressure on net, and there it is. We're within 1 with 30 seconds to go.
And amazing, setting that up with the amazing double touch to stretch the defense. Mo's in position to follow it up, just puts it low on the ground. Doesn't matter where he places it as long as it's on target. 4-3, I couldn't ask for a better closer for this. The lead that the Shadow have earned is suddenly being threatened off the backboard. One more opportunity, Salty Bikini stretches the lead.
Staged, I've got dumb brain. Help me out here. How many goals have we seen in the last, not even minute, the last 38 seconds? We've seen 5 goals, 4 goals, something like that?
4 goals. We've seen 4 goals. That is less than a goal every 10 seconds. And it's not like these are kickoff goals either. These are just really steep cuts. Oh my lord, what a save. And the clear is finally going to buy some time. The Elite need a goal and they need it now. Will they see it? Oh no, time ticking away. This game is going to the Shadow. Game 5 up by 2.
What? What a series. Oh my goodness, the Elite coming in a little bit as a favorite. And then the Shadow really showed some life. Game 2 with that 8-5 victory really showed, hey, we're here for real. And then those 2 nail-biter 1-goal games in Game 3 and 4. I know Game 4 ended with a 2-goal win, 2-goal lead, but it was right at the end. And then the Game 5 decider being absolutely incredible. The Shadow with that lead, the Elite making the comeback, and then the Shadow able to put it away with 20 seconds to go. Oh my goodness, that is quite the play. And if that's not enough, I've had a ton of fun. If that's not enough fun and excitement to convince you, you need to be a part of this community. If you're not already, MLEsports.gg/apply. We've got places for everybody. I'm not going to do the whole pitch. I am going to do another pitch here, which is, I'm a little worn out. I'm tired and I need a little energy. So of course, I'm going to turn to my old friend here, Balls Guarana. Balls, sponsor of the league. Make sure if you need a little energy to help you with your gaming, with your workday, whatever it is, you're hitting them up. It's tasty. It's highly caffeinated. It'll help get you through whatever you need to get through, like casting this incredible series. But speaking of Balls Guarana, what they sponsor here for us is the play of the week. We've mentioned it a couple of times. To get the play of the week, you got to clip it and submit it. And as we go to intermission, on to our next series, because we're not done with the excitement here tonight. I am, Staged is, but we'll be back in the intermission. We'll have play of the week, so we can see our winner from week 4. I've been Lars Newt. Joining me here has been Staged. Thank you for joining us. Stick around. We'll be back after the intermission.